This is Don Hoder from the Southpointe Chamber of Commerce, and today our host for our lunch is PAC Sports Network. Did I say that right?
PAC Sports.
PAC Sports. It's not PAC. What's PAC stand for?
PAC, it's a direct mirror of the President's Athletic Conference, which we cover.
President's Athletic Conference. That makes sense. And we have Randy here, Randy Gore, and Dave. Dave Singer is producer, right?
Right. I handle most of the technical things behind the scene.
You do the technical things behind the scene.
That's right.
Like what?
Make sure that it goes over the air, over the web streams, on the interwebs.
Okay, maybe you could explain what we're seeing on the wall here.
Right. We recently went high definition this year, and we have a running scoreboard and a working clock, and we're just about seeing the end of the first game we broadcast this year, Westminster versus W&J. W&J comes out on top here. We just went to our commercial here with J&D Waterproofing, and that's part of what I do, is make sure the commercials and all the technical aspects go.
And we have a commercial on there, too.
That's right. So when the Southpointe Chamber of Commerce commercial's up, Dave makes sure that it's played.
And louder and clear. Okay, good. That's great. And Randy, what do you do on a typical day?
Well, basically on a typical day, it could be one of many things, but with the PAC Sports Network, I'm the play-by-play broadcaster. So I guess while Dave's the behind-the-scenes guy, I'm literally in front of the camera. Justin Piles and I are the broadcast crew, and we'll deliver the action in description of the game on a nightly basis and weekly basis in some cases, and that's basically it in a nutshell. But broadcasting the game.
Okay, so the games that you broadcast, just give us a quick rundown. Obviously, W&J is one of them.
Surely.
Yeah.
Well, with the President's Athletic Conference, it's a 10-team conference with women's play, 9-team conference, and men's play, and it involves schools really along Western Pennsylvania up the I-79 corridor. You have teams to the north like Teal, Grove City, Westminster, to the south, Waynesburg University and W&J in Washington, of course, to the east, St. Vincent and Latrobe, and then to the farthest west is Thomas More in Kentucky.
And where do you broadcast these games?
These games are all over the internet, which is kind of the beauty of what we do, because people from wherever they live can tune in. Of course, with the schools being in Western Pennsylvania and the athletes being mostly from Western Pennsylvania, that's our target audience. But if they have family and friends that live outside of the area, W&J has a girl whose father lives in Michigan. We received an email from him saying how nice it was that he was able to watch the broadcast from Michigan, because he's obviously not going to travel the 4 hours on a given day on a Wednesday night.
What if I miss the game? Is there some way I can get the game on an archive? Or
you sure can. Exactly.
On demand?
Exactly that. Archive and on demand. It's more or less the same thing. On our website, we have an archive page, and there's a link there where you can go back to any game we broadcasted. So this game in particular that we have up on the wall, W&J and Westminster, was an overtime game, so a great way to start out the season. And if you wanted to go back and see how that game ended, because it was an overtime classic, you can go back and experience that. We actually had a player for Westminster in this particular game who was just shy of the school record for three-pointers. He hit 10 three-pointers in one game. And so, moments like that, you can go back, buzzer beaters, they're all there, along with the advertising as well for anybody that's interested in terms of sponsorships. The advertising, of course, is also archived. So once the game airs live, it goes back on archive the same exact way.
So it's a good vertical market for an advertiser that wants to reach this particular population. And, people that go to W&J, as much as it costs, it's a high-end client that's watching the program. How's the streaming? Does it stop and start, or how much bandwidth do I need in order to watch a game? Our techie guy.
Yeah, the technical guy. I'll take this.
That's one of my questions. Yeah, you can even watch on your phone. We do broadcast in high definition, but we broadcast at a bit rate that you can watch these on your smartphone, your BlackBerry, as you were alluding to earlier, or whatever type of device.
I happen to have a Galaxy. I'll have you to know.
And as Dave said as well, the games
and a BlackBerry.
The games you can watch on your phone as well. So that's another nice thing. You don't have to be at your laptop. If you're traveling about, you can bring it up on your phone and watch it live that way.
The neat thing about what you're doing is that a lot of people don't realize 2, 3, 4 years from now, this is going to be the way people watch TV. It's not going to be sitting at home in front of a box. It's going to be on your iPad, on your laptop, on your smartphone when you want to watch it. too. Not necessarily, it's like my son calls me and goes, don't tell me who won the game. I haven't watched it yet. You know?
Exactly.
So that's the trend that we're headed toward. Is there any place you're thinking about expanding into another area other than sports? How long have you been doing this?
This is actually just our second season, which is part of the reason why we're in the process of trying to get the word out and
Cool.
being here today. Last year was our inaugural year, got our feet wet, and this year we've added on to what we've done. If you go to our website, we have additional features like the Southpointe Chamber of Commerce Player of the Game interviews, for example. So we'll take an athlete from each team, or of each game, I should say, and interview them, and then
Cool.
we'll pair that up with highlights. But that we're in our second season, so looking to grow.
So do you have live streaming all the time or just during the game? Then we go to archive.
Right, live
Okay.
streaming would be during the game,
Uh-huh.
and then it goes to archive.
Cool. Is there anything you'd like to add?
We have a lot of social media interaction during our games. You don't even have to be on Twitter per se to interact, where there's a Twitter blog right next to the action, so you see what
That could be dangerous. Who filters that?
There is a filter for retweets and replies of what goes there, but basically every communication that we have, whether you're commenting on the score or the play, that pops up in real time while you're watching the game.
So while the game's on, I can be on Twitter and actually make comments that'll appear on the screen?
That's correct.
Oh, that could be fun. That could be a lot of fun.
And one of the things that's nice for our sponsors as well is if they were to have a special deal or something of the sort, we can tweet that during the game as well when people are going to be watching at their highest point.
Oh, good. So you could put across the screen our next lunch?
Exactly right.
We have to talk about that. So if you want to advertise on the network, how and who would we talk to?
You can send an email to info@pacstream.net, and the major benefit to this type of advertising, in addition to being archived, you get the literal triple threat of it being on the screen, Randy and Justin Powell's, our other broadcaster, commenting on it, doing live reads, as well as a banner beneath the viewing area, which will click through directly to your site. Businesses that have a lot of online business benefit greatly from this, because you're not inundated, but you're shown these advertisements all throughout the game and direct access to your business right from there.
Yeah, you can't miss it because the viewing box for our broadcast, the sponsors are listed directly beneath. So the Southpointe Chamber, your logo is there with the link, and it'll take you directly to your business's page.
I always like to ask a question you weren't expecting. How much is it to advertise on this network?
We have various packages, but we can negotiate. The lowest we could say would be $250, and that gets you a banner with a click through to your site. So even if you're not comfortable, or if you don't have a production suite where you have a video ready for us, we can help you shoot a video. Obviously, that'd be a higher price point there, but we can get you a link on our website for the season for as low as $250.
Yeah, we can cater to whatever. Every business has a budget, so we can kind of cater to make things work. And we have different packages, like Dave said, as low as $250, and we have basically we can advertise or construct a package where it's single game up to a full season, which is most of which what we have currently with the full season packages.
So could we do,
make it
since there's no game now, we could have arranged for a live video link for this?
possibly. Well, we could archive it.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, this will be on the website, obviously, yours and ours and YouTube. So I want to thank you very much, Dave and Randy, for giving us this information, being a host, helping us with our lunch here. And it's PAC Sports Network, and we just need a phone number, which will stream across the bottom, and we're ready. We're good to go.
All right, thank you, Don.
Yeah, sure. Thank you much, guys. And thank you. This is Don Hoder. Hold your plug. I'm not done yet. This is Don Hoder from the Southpointe Marcellus Shell Chamber of Commerce, thanking PAC Sports Network. I'll get it straight. Sports Network for being our host today.